everybody. Sorry, I didn't finish putting on my lipstick. Sorry about that. I just got done an interview for Positive Heads. It was so much fun. We did some reading, so I'll share that link later, but it was really, really fun. I had a great time. So I'm a little late, and I apologize, okay? Good morning, everybody. There's Emilio. Hi, Brooklyn. Good morning, Becky. So, you know, we all get in these ruts, okay? Hi, Jeffrey. Nice to see you. We all get in these ruts, and sometimes things will feel like they're going really, really well, and then all of a sudden, like, they don't. We kind of like feel like things are flatlined, or we start to feel discouraged. Do you know what I'm saying? Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Ashley Marie. There we go. Oh, good. See, everybody's, there we go. Hey, Richard. Nice to see you here. Hi, Aaron. Everybody's joining in. I feel bad. I feel like I should have my lipstick on. I'm going to go get it real quick. You guys join in. Let me get it, and then we're going to talk about how to get you out of the rut. Hang on. Don't leave me. Okay. Better. Okay. So let's talk about how to get you out of the rut. What happens is, so you may be feeling really, really good, and things feel really, really strong, and then you'll have a few days where you just feel kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? Sad. And you won't know why, or things feel like, you know, they're growing and they're going, and then they stop. And you're like, why? And then you'll start to wonder, did I do something wrong? Am I not in alignment? Am I all this stuff, okay? Now, first thing we got to do is get rid of that stuff, all right? Because there's ebbs and flows all the time. But when that happens, I genuinely feel this. Thank you, Julie. I genuinely feel this. When it feels like you're going forward, you're going forward, then all of a sudden it's like the car downshifts. It's because Spirit, your team, is basically setting it back, right? So that you can purge whatever you're at right now. You can purge it, you can learn, you can do what you need to do, and then it will lift you back up. It will then push you back up. And you'll actually be further ahead than you were before, all right? So when you're feeling stuck, it's really, really important, you know, to kind of surrender in that space a little bit, and not think that that's going to be forever. Not think that it's going to have to stay there forever, because you're not, unless you choose to, unless you're using free will to then feel sorry for yourself and stay in that spot. Then we can't really help it, right? But if you look at it as, hey, I am supposed to purge whatever I'm feeling here. I'm supposed to kind of get rid of whatever's holding me back here. And then you'll feel that Spirit is actually raising you to the next vibration above. I always say it's a click in vibration. Okay. Oh, Daisy, I'm so glad to hear that. So it's a click in vibration. But we can all kind of feel like we're in a rut. I mean, we can all, like, if there are times where you're not, like, if you never ever feel like you're in a rut, you may be playing it kind of safe. I mean, unless you're just so remarkably alien from the rest of us. But when you're feeling stuck, I think it's being honest with yourself. Why? What is happening in my life? What is making me feel this way right now? And then you have to kind of say, all right, I know Spirit is setting me up for the next level. I know Spirit is saying, all right, here we go. We're going to move it up. And what do I need to learn from this? What do I need to kind of get rid of here? And then you'll see. And then usually, these ruts that I'm talking about, these vibrational shifts, are usually, I would say, anywhere between 3 days and a week. So what's happening is, you may cry out of the blue. You may just start like crying. You can't figure out why you're so emotional, right? or feel real worried about something, or anxiety that maybe you hadn't felt before. Really excited and then fearful. So all of those different emotions can kind of trigger and kick in during this vibrational shift. I will normally, when I have a vibrational shift, I will feel really great. I'll think things will be going good and the energy feels good and you're putting things out there, and then all of a sudden I go, oh, what am I doing? Oh, am I supposed to be doing the right thing? It's like all this, you're like, where's that coming from? And really that comes from this energetic shift that we have. And when you kind of look at it and say, all right, I am feeling this. Why am I feeling this? What is happening here? You can then allow yourself to work through it, okay? And a couple things to do is acknowledge where you are. I think it's really important to acknowledge where you are. And thank you, Linda. Acknowledge where you are. And then the second thing to do is, again, I'm always big on taking action, but find a way to take some sort of action, some sort of what would move you a little bit ahead. Is it that good old cry? Is it just that cry you need and then you feel better afterwards? Or is it a conversation with someone you need? Or is it some meditation time that you need? You know, a lot of things that can help you are these guided meditations. Like some of them are 10 or 15 minutes long. They're really great. Or like Linda says, the coffee with Colby every morning. But do something that it acts like a little bit of help for you. If it makes you feel good, then that's something you should be doing. Or if it kind of helps kind of get those wheels turning, that's something you should be doing. So those sorts of things will help you. Now, what also helps you get out of the rut, you got to start practicing gratitude. Because when you're really, really stuck, it could be really because you're not feeling grateful for exactly where you are. You know, how does it work when you're an empath? May or may not be near you. Sending that back to spirit. And how to... Thanks, Jeffrey. I got these lips down. I've had them for a while. So, you know, when you're empathic and you're feeling the emotions of everybody and everything around you, and you're feeling super, super sensitive to things, I think just acknowledging that you're that way and accepting yourself for being that way is a big part of it. The next best thing, too, is you can't be responsible for everybody. You have to only be responsible for you. You can't be responsible for other people's happiness. All right? Hi, Shanice. You can't be responsible for everybody's happiness. You're going to be tired and you're going to be exhausted, and that is so overwhelming. So, you know, if you're an empath, you really, you know, you can send out the healing and the love, and you can hold space to a degree, but you can't hold space to the point where it jeopardizes your own personal wellness. And that's just a big part of it, okay? Hey, Juanita. Hey, Rachel. So now with the rut thing, you know, when you practice gratitude, I know we've all heard gratitude for attitude, but it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Things are there, and they may seem so damning, and they may seem so pessimistic and like a big old cloud. You may feel like, not Charlie Brown, who's the one that's got the cloud over his head all the time? But you may feel like that. But, you know, you got to find that inner strength somehow. And if you can't muster it up within you, then you've got to go get help to help muster it up. All right? Because, you know, you don't want it to... energy will grow wherever we give the emphasis and focus. So if you feed that beast, it's going to get darker. It will get darker and it will eat more at you. If you feed the light, you'll pull yourself out of it quicker. But, you know, it does take some acknowledgement on our part. It does take that work to kind of look at what's inside of us or purge what we're feeling so that spirit can trigger us to the next level. That's what they're trying to do. You know, spirit does not want to hold you down, you guys. The universe has does not want to hold you down. I promise. I know it feels like it, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. But when you look at things so negatively, say someone broke up with you and you thought they were the love of your life, and now you're so upset over it and you don't want to move past that, you're not really seeing that the universe was showing you the person wasn't in alignment, period. I mean, we just have to, that is what it is. Or your job, you get fired for no good reason, or what you think is no good reason. But, I mean, come on, you probably didn't enjoy that job anyway. Odds are you don't absolutely love something and it's the passion of your life and your heart is beating so much and then you get fired. Usually those two don't go hand in hand, not always. And if it does, it's really because your team is trying to move you into something else. All right? So when you're feeling stuck, know that it's time for a vibrational change. Know that Spirit is literally trying to change where you are. Okay? So you have to work with them. If you resist it, you're going to slow it down. You're going to use your free will to hinder that growth and that switch off. So we have to be more accepting of the things in our life. Like, just say, all right, like it is like kind of going with the flow a bit. If you understand that things are really working for your highest good at all times, no matter how bad it is, then I do feel that we can move past it. Now listen, some of you have had some unbelievable major tragedy in your life. I'm not trying to take away from that experience, and I'm certainly not trying to insinuate that those tragic experiences are for your highest good. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But what I am trying to say is they can help us create a vibrational shift. Those experiences, we learn from them. We can grow from them. We can still love after them. We can still be successful after them. We can still be a part of humanity and the universe and the beings of light even after them. We really can. But we have to find a way to move ourselves out of the rut and not allow that feeling to hold us under the water for extensive periods of time. If you have a loved one in spirit, it's hard to move past that sometimes. But from your loved one's point of view, do you think they want to see you being held underwater? No, of course. I mean, come on. Of course they don't. So the best way to honor them and to honor ourselves and to honor the universe is for us to say, all right, how do I move towards that light? And I think that is learning to be accepting of life, accepting of our situations. We can also do, again, with relationships or money or career, all of those areas. Friendships are another one. It's just knowing that these shifts and these changes happen because our spirit is changing the vibration of where we are. And if we really follow that, you're going to find your vibration rising and rising and rising and rising, and you're going to find yourself more and more and more in alignment so that you don't feel separate from yourself. You feel one with yourself, and then you feel yourself going upwards. There should always be a feeling of more upwards. I know some people may think it's forward, but I never quite feel like it's forward. I always feel like it's upward for me. So that's something to think about. So if you can be mindful and in the moment and grateful for really what you have or what's been introduced to you or where you are or the situation you're in, and know that you're learning something from it, growing from it. Also know that if you need a day of tears, like, give yourself a day of tears. Hello? There's no rule that you're not allowed to feel emotions. There's no rule that you're not allowed to feel a day of sadness or a day of just crying and purging. Crying is wonderful because crying is actually the mechanism of healing. Okay? Through tears, we purge. Through tears, we're actually getting rid of stuff that's not really supposed to be there. All right? So having a day of just letting yourself cry it out is actually helpful. You know, it really can help you. Having a day of saying, no matter what, I'm only going to focus on what I'm grateful for today. That is also really, really good. She's having trouble with us, people being negative in the space. Yeah, so what you can do, Juanita, is what's happening, though, is you're allowing yourself to be the sponge of their energy. So Juanita's saying, listen, there's negative people around me, and I try to hold the energy up. I try to stay positive. You can. What you have to do is create this protective layer between you and that negativity that you're feeling, okay? So, oh, I love that, Daisy. You shed fears when you shed tears. I think that's really great. Thank you. And thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, honey. And so you guys, what you can do is when you're feeling that negative around you, okay, so at your workspace or your family or whatever it is, if you're feeling that negativity around you, what you can do is put up your protection block. So imagine this box around you. It's clear. You know, all your energy can go out, but negative energy can't penetrate. If you're in things where you're around a lot of people, you know, it's so easy to become that sponge. But really try to hold your boundaries. Work on your protection box. Work on your boundaries. And know that your happiness, your contentment, your joy really comes from your own experience. And you can feel that at any given time if you give yourself permission. I know that life can be tough and there's stuff that gets in the way, and I'm not trying to be unrealistic about this. I am just trying to kind of help give some tools so that you don't feel sad and feel like you're in a rut for an extended period of time, you know? Because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help. And we don't want to see it lead to depression or habits or having a hard time getting out of bed, any of those things. I want to see you be happy beings and joyful beings, okay? Happy beings. And all right, so those are things that you can do, and it's about perception and perspective and allowing yourself to be in the moment, yet also be grateful in the moment as well, okay? And there you go, turning on your light. Exactly, Daisy. So, a couple things today. I was a guest on 2 different podcasts, and they're actually both coming out today. One is called The Worst Birthday. You had to have a worst birthday story, and I did. So, I'll share that link so you guys can hear. It was really fun with Michael Costa, and I read Walter, his dog. And so that was really, really fun. And then the second one was on Positive Heads, which was, oh my God, I do love this guy. I love Brandon, and the listeners are fantastic. So you guys can totally tune into that. I'll post a link. And one last thing, tonight I'm doing my show at 5 p.m. So it is live with Colby Psychic Rebel. You can watch it live on the Facebook here. I'm going to take some callers because I love giving just the readings, tapping in, and kind of any little thing that we can do to help one another. And that number is 323-992-3115. So write that down, 323-992-3115. Give a call. You know, if you got a question or need just a little light, whatever it is, I'll feed you some energy, or I'll give you a wake-up call. Whatever it is, we'll do it together, because that's how we roll here. And one last thing, the Lisa Williams Psychic Development, it's running out, the summit. So if you are looking for psychic development, you want to take it to the next level, and you are hoping, you know, that you want to move towards that and study with Lisa for the next 6 weeks, I can be your mentor in LA, and I would love it. I would really love being part of your journey in any way, shape, or form. All right? So there you go. Lovely, lovely people. There you go, Becky. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Emilio. I will look forward to hearing and seeing you guys tonight, okay? And someone I didn't get to see the name, but if someone is already fighting depression and already struggling to get out of bed, please, I ask you to look for professional help. Find a professional person that can help you, okay? Please, 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 because if this is something that you feel like you can't do this alone, please don't try. All right? The best self-care is to get the care of a professional. I really ask you to do that. All right? All right. There you go, my lovely, lovely, lovely people. See you tonight and see you tomorrow. Bye.